Soviet armored cars were essential for reconnaissance, infantry support, and rapid response across diverse battlefields. From light scout vehicles to heavier multi-role platforms, each design fulfilled a specific purpose. This documentary examines the 15 most produced Soviet armored cars of World War II, exploring their engineering, battlefield role, and crew experiences. BA-20. The BA-20 was a lightly armored reconnaissance vehicle designed for scouting, communications, and liaison duties. Its compact design allowed it to move quickly along roads and open terrain, providing commanders with essential intelligence and maintaining contact between units. Equipped with a 7.62 mm machine gun and basic armor, the BA-20 was not meant for frontline combat but excelled in mobility and visibility. Crews relied on its speed to avoid enemy fire, often navigating contested areas where heavier vehicles could not operate. Its simplicity and reliability made it a staple of early Soviet armored formations. The BA-20 set the foundation for later, more versatile Soviet armored cars, leading to designs that could balance reconnaissance, protection, and firepower. BA-10. The BA-10 was a medium armored car built to combine mobility with heavier firepower. Armed with a 45 mm gun and a coaxial machine gun, it could engage infantry, light vehicles, and fortified positions while performing reconnaissance and support missions. Its fully welded steel hull provided better protection than earlier light cars, allowing crews to operate closer to the front lines. Soldiers relied on the BA-10 to scout, secure flanks, and deliver supporting fire, often under threat from enemy armor and artillery. Its combination of speed, armor, and firepower made it one of the Soviet Union's most effective pre-war and early war armored cars. The BA-10's operational success paved the way for subsequent improvements, including the widely produced BA-64, which emphasized versatility and adaptability. BA-64. The BA-64 was a highly versatile light armored car, widely used for reconnaissance, infantry support, and liaison duties. Its compact frame and all-wheel drive chassis allowed it to traverse rough terrain, including roads, fields, and forested areas, with relative ease. Armed with a 7.62 mm machine gun and lightly armored, the BA-64 was not intended to withstand heavy fire but excelled in mobility and rapid deployment. Crews valued its reliability and ease of maintenance, often relying on it for scouting missions, convoy protection, and communication between units. Its simple design and mass production made it a backbone of Soviet armored car units. The BA-64 became a model for later variants, proving that speed and flexibility could be as crucial as heavy armor on the modern battlefield. BA-3. The BA-3 was a heavy armored car designed for breakthrough operations and frontline support. Equipped with a 45 mm gun and a 7.62 mm machine gun, it could engage enemy infantry and light vehicles while providing armored protection for its crew. Its thick steel armor allowed it to operate in more dangerous areas than lighter vehicles, though its weight limited mobility on rough terrain. Crews relied on the BA-3 to lead reconnaissance or support infantry assaults, often advancing under fire to secure key positions. Despite its limited speed, it provided a significant psychological and tactical presence on the battlefield. The BA-3 laid the groundwork for improved heavy armored cars, combining protection, firepower, and the capability to operate alongside infantry in contested zones. BA-6. The BA-6 was an improved heavy armored car built to address mobility and protection limitations of earlier models. It featured a fully welded hull and reinforced armor, along with a 45 mm main gun and a coaxial machine gun, making it suitable for frontline reconnaissance and infantry support. Crews appreciated the BA-6's durability and firepower, which allowed them to operate under heavier enemy fire than lighter armored cars could withstand. It combined protection with tactical flexibility, enabling crews to scout, secure flanks, and provide direct fire support in contested areas. The BA-6 demonstrated the Soviet focus on combining armor, armament, and mobility, bridging the gap between light reconnaissance vehicles and heavier armored platforms for coordinated operations. BA-27. The BA-27 was one of the earliest Soviet heavy armored cars, built in the interwar period and still seeing limited use in the early stages of World War II. Armed with a 37 mm gun and a machine gun, It was intended to provide infantry support and battlefield reconnaissance. Its riveted armor offered basic protection against small arms, but it was slower and less maneuverable than newer designs. Crews relied on its firepower and presence to assist infantry and secure positions, though it was gradually replaced by more modern vehicles. Despite its limitations, the BA-27 contributed to early Soviet armored formations and informed the development of subsequent heavy cars. The BA-27's design highlighted the transition from experimental interwar models to standardized, mass-produced armored vehicles suitable for modern combat. BA-11. The BA-11 was a heavy armored car developed as an improved variant of the BA-10, featuring thicker armor and a more robust chassis. Armed with a 45mm main gun and a coaxial machine gun, it was intended for frontline reconnaissance and infantry support. Its increased armor allowed crews to approach enemy positions with greater confidence, though its weight reduced mobility on rough terrain. Soldiers relied on the BA-11 to provide fire support and secure flanks, particularly during engagements with light enemy armor. Despite limited production, it represented the Soviet effort to enhance protection and firepower in armored cars. The BA-11 paved the way for more balanced designs that combined armor, armament, and mobility for mass deployment in later years. FAI. The FAI was a light armored car primarily used for reconnaissance, liaison, and communications duties. Its compact design and relatively simple construction made it easy to produce and maintain, while its mobility allowed it to navigate roads and open terrain efficiently. Armed with a 7.62mm machine gun, the FAI provided basic protection for its crew against small arms fire. Crews valued its speed and reliability, often relying on it for scouting missions, message delivery, and convoy escort duties. Though lightly armored, it could operate where heavier vehicles would be too slow or conspicuous. The FAI's versatility and ease of use made it a staple of Soviet armored car units, particularly in the early years of World War II. ZIS-42. The ZIS-42 was a half-track armored car designed to improve mobility over rough terrain, combining the armored body of a traditional vehicle with a truck chassis. It could transport troops, carry light weapons, and support reconnaissance missions in areas impassable to wheeled vehicles. Equipped with a machine gun and light armor, the ZIS-42 was not intended for frontline assault but provided crews with the ability to maneuver across mud, snow, and uneven ground. Soldiers relied on it for rapid deployment and logistical support, especially on secondary roads or in difficult terrain. The ZIS-42 demonstrated the Soviet approach to versatility, ensuring armored cars could operate effectively even in the harshest conditions of the Eastern Front. GAZ-AAA. The GAZ-AAA armored car was an improvised vehicle built on a GAZ-AAA truck chassis, fitted with armored plating and machine guns. It was intended for reconnaissance, convoy escort, and infantry support when purpose-built armored cars were unavailable. Crews appreciated its availability and adaptability, though the armor offered only basic protection. Soldiers relied on it to transport small units safely and provide suppressive fire in skirmishes. Its simple design allowed rapid production and deployment, especially in the early and mid-war periods. The GAZ-AAA armored car highlighted the Soviet ability to quickly convert civilian vehicles into combat-ready platforms, filling gaps in frontline mobility and reconnaissance. BA-64B. The BA-64B was an upgraded version of the BA-64, featuring improvements in armor and reliability while retaining its light, versatile frame. It was widely used for reconnaissance, liaison, and infantry support across various battlefields. Armed with a 7.62mm machine gun and lightly armored, the BA-64B allowed crews to operate quickly and efficiently in both urban and rural environments. Soldiers depended on it for scouting, message delivery, and providing suppressive fire during engagements. Its widespread use and ease of production made it a cornerstone of Soviet armored car units in the latter stages of the war. The BA-64B exemplified the Soviet focus on balancing mobility, protection, and adaptability in armored vehicles, setting a standard for late-war designs. LB-62. The LB-62 was a light armored car primarily used for border patrol, internal security, and reconnaissance duties. Its compact design allowed it to move quickly over roads and open terrain while providing basic protection for its crew. Equipped with a machine gun, the LB-62 was not intended for heavy combat but offered mobility and defensive firepower in low-intensity engagements. Crews relied on it to secure perimeters, scout enemy positions, and escort convoys. Its straightforward construction and reliability made it suitable for widespread deployment in both frontline and rear area operations. The LB-62 demonstrated the Soviet emphasis on versatile, easily maintained armored vehicles for supporting a variety of military and security tasks. LB-23. The LB-23 was a compact armored car designed for reconnaissance, liaison, and support of infantry units. Its small size allowed it to operate effectively on roads and in confined areas where larger vehicles could not maneuver. Armed with a machine gun and light armor, the LB-23 provided protection for its crew while enabling rapid scouting and communication missions. Soldiers relied on it to gather intelligence, escort convoys, and support infantry in advancing positions. Its simplicity and mobility made it a practical choice for numerous operational roles across the Eastern Front. The LB-23 exemplified the Soviet approach to light armored vehicles, emphasizing speed, reliability, and adaptability in a variety of battlefield conditions. BA-10M. The BA-10M was an upgraded variant of the BA-10, featuring improved armor, suspension, and a more reliable 45mm main gun. It was designed to provide enhanced protection and firepower while maintaining mobility for reconnaissance and infantry support missions. Crews valued the BA-10M for its durability and increased survivability compared to earlier models. It could engage enemy light vehicles and fortified positions while performing scouting and flank security. Soldiers relied on it for coordinated operations, combining speed and firepower in a way that earlier BA-10 models could not fully achieve. The BA-10M illustrated the Soviet focus on continual improvement, adapting existing designs to meet the evolving demands of modern armored warfare. BA-64D. The BA-64D was a late-war variant of the BA-64, adapted for amphibious reconnaissance and operations in marshy or riverine environments. Its lightweight frame and all-wheel drive chassis allowed it to traverse both water and land with minimal preparation. Armed with a 7.62mm machine gun and light armor, the BA-64D offered cruise protection while scouting, delivering messages, or supporting infantry near water obstacles. Soldiers relied on its amphibious capability to cross rivers, reconnaissance areas, and navigate difficult terrain that restricted heavier vehicles. The BA-64D demonstrated the Soviet emphasis on versatility and operational adaptability, ensuring armored cars could serve effectively in diverse environments across the Eastern Front.